Hello, everyone. DK Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Boys, nice
We're live at AT&T Center. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Thunder. Durant, the 3, and Ibaka, the 4. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Now here's Parker. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. On defense, San Antonio. Look at that. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Spurs ball.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
That's 2 unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnovers.
And one thing you can't do is string together those kinds of possessions. It can snowball in a hurry.
Here is Ibaka. Pass to Westbrook. No good on the triple. Duncan with it. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Well, out of the break, guys, he's managed to turn it over twice now, and that doesn't bode well for the rest of the quarter if he doesn't shake out of it and tighten things up.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Westbrook passes to Roberson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Shot from the inbound. He takes it up and lays it in. Durant's got his first points of the game. Well, for the Thunder, Greg, you're talking about, they did have to go to their bench more and more. And Clark, as the season wore on, their bench players were playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah, actually, they ended up in the top 10 in bench minutes played. The trades they made at the deadline helped bring depth to the team, and they took advantage of it.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Outside Westbrook. A 3 ball. Can't hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's good. Leonard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Westbrook with it. Now Green defending. Now here's Westbrook. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Parker dishes to Duncan. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And now in transition is Parker. Here we go.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out of transition. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. West is checked in for Duncan. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Outside for Martin. Offline with his 3.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
And a fast break now for the Spurs.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Left side Adams. For 3, Westbrook. They get it back. Here's Ibaka. West with the block. Fires it up. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig. And Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida. And he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
San Antonio.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round. Last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Boris Diaz checked in for Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Kevin Martin. That one is no good.
And really, last season, the Thunder came into the year as a popular pick to win the West. Of course, we know what happened in terms of injuries, and they ended up having them on the outside looking in terms of the postseason.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. West with some nice D.
We've got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts.
Durant. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Thunder out in front. They lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor by not throwing the ball away.
San Antonio trailing here. The ageless ones, Diaw and Duncan, are down low. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. And it's Parker in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Leonard attacking. Three-pointer. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Ginobili's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Spurs.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Duncan kicks to Ginobili. From downtown, the Thunder leading by 3.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And look, rightfully disappointed with how they played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for him, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Spurs trailed by 5. Double team on Parker. Diaw against Durant. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Green with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Diaw, the screen. Great D that time from Westbrook.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Here's Green. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammon, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And look, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Now here's Durant. 8 points for him. To the wing on the left. And Ibaka kicks to Durant. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
3-on-3.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow. And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Spurs foul call.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Thunder.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that.
Steven Adams.
Shot's good. Adams has got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on an 18-4 run.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
59 seconds left in the second quarter. Ibaka, the pass to Westbrook. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Down low.
Steven Adams.
Looking for Adams. He gets it there.
Assist goes to
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
Patrick Mills, three-pointer.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Mills has got 6.
And that Spurs series sure didn't feel like a first-round matchup. Nasty.
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, Mama always said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
Mama said that, huh?
Thunder foul.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he knocks down the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
The Thunder have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. Mills. Shot is off. And so that brings the first half to a close. Thunder lead by 15. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Here we go, San Antonio.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
So for Oklahoma City right now, down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward.
Kevin Durant.
The 17-footer. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Aldridge kicks to Parker. And Durant sends it back. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now, here's what. Wow. I mean, just beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, that's the love to go up and jam like that.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Tony Parker.
At the line for your Spurs, Daniel
And
Green.
with the Spurs and their winning percentage, it's right above 60. Not bad for a team that joined the NBA. Back in 1977.
A lot of the Spurs' success, guys, with their winning percentage has come since the 90s. The way they are put together.
Oh! That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Offensive rebound. Here's Leonard. No good.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Drive by Adams. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Kyle Anderson comes in for Boris Diaz. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Manu Ginobili.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
And, you know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had 1 road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Spurs. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Waiters is checked in. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Here's Aldridge. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Elevates and powers in the one-handed.
Ah, textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
But they'll get another chance. And the dunk by West.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean dunk that was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Oklahoma City out in front, up 19. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Oklahoma City leading by 19. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Aldridge out there with West. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. And Adams with the slam.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And Westbrook, here we go. Offline with the baseline jumper.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Anderson. And he gets it to go.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Adams. Power down with both hands.
San Antonio with the timeout.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around, and that's why he needed the timeout.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan comes in for West, and it's Kawhi Leonard in for Kyle Anderson. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jump shot. The Thunder leading by 17. Leonard against Durant. And Voigt kicks to Adams. Duncan with the block. A three from Leonard. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. 10 points for Leonard.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Outside, Green. Three-pointer. Again, Leonard missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Green kicks to Duncan. Outside Leonard. And he gets it to go. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
2 minutes.
1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Foy with the ball. Spurs trail by 14. Beyond the arc. Again, Leonard missing.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Adams, the pass to Ibaka.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Thunder.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's got to be frustrating to shoot so poorly when the other team is on fire.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Russell Westbrook. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarai nel vuoto, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby, accelero la moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi, noi siamo la luce insieme, il male che produce il bene. La notte abbassa lo sguardo, che guardarci non gli conviene. Siamo il bianco e siamo il nero, siamo Dio che appare davvero. Siamo piccoli e perfetti, come il mondo visto dal cielo.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine, e la fine.
Per te cammino sulle mine, per te passo questo confine, portando nel bagagliaio cose che non ti posso dire. La mia vita è un film come al cine, io te poli opposti al caline. Solo tu mi rilassi alla fine, solo tu mi rilasci endorfine. Non mi fido delle altre bambine, siamo unici, tigri albine. Sotto il sole di mezzanotte io ti scriverò le mie rime. E la nostra vita è musica, quindi rappo sopra il tuo battito. E quanta gente ci giudica, nessuno coglie quest'attimo. Sognavo che ero innocente, ma poi mi sono svegliato e tu non c'eri per niente e restavo il tipo sbagliato.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine, e la fine.
Ci cerchiamo come animali, a piedi nudi come i gitani, contro il mondo con le mani, come se non ci fosse un domani.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to an NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burks on the sideline as well. Here at the Verizon Center, the fans in Washington, D.C. amped up for their Wizards. Now, a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Thunder, the rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the three spot.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan, to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
And it's Westbrook missing. Washington with the ball. And Wall kicks to Porter. Beal dishes to Morris. Pass to Wall. Westbrook with the block. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Durant, the pass to Roberson. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Roberson's got his first points in this one. Wall against Westbrook. And Wall. Here we go now. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Using his post move to get the 2 points. Wall's got 6 points.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
It's Westbrook with the drive. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so also got the body, so we'll see free throws here. The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards, started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Here's Oubre. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they looked like a lottery team. Then the next, they looked like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Dixon kicks to Nene. Wizards passing it around.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And now in transition is... Oh, wow. It's a beautiful jam.
And that almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it now ties the game. The lead was about to be stretched out, and instead, it's back in.
It's blocked. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Here's Dudley. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Oubre kicks to Dudley. They get it back. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Westbrook, here we go. For 3, Durant. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Gordon. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Markieff Morris comes in for J.J. Hickson. Porter's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Beal subbed in for Oubre. And Beal kicks to Porter. And it's Beal in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Ibaka. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
What a pass, and then the layup was a bit of a circus move.
Oh, so smooth.
Yeah, he really could have fouled that one up trying for the big slam there, though. Just a nice, solid finish for the layup.
Morris, no good.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Wizards out front, leading by just one. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
Kevin Durant.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. There's a screen by Gortat. Westbrook again. Wall. Out to the right wing. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And he gets it back. Wall's shot is off.
T-Pain. I got a fresh slab.